Well, at that point, she decided, she says, I'm going to, she took an avenue. I'm going to study real estate and I'm going to get my real estate license and I'm going to go this avenue. And so she made a commitment to do that. And I turned to writing. I just started writing. I actually wrote a screenplay, and just to keep my, just to be able to put stuff down on paper and have my thoughts, just to be constantly using my brain and not sitting still in that aspect. I mean, I was working 2, 3 jobs at the time also.
Obviously, you're arguing with her still, as great of a rock as she is.
Oh,
Guys have
yeah.
arguments.
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you guys did to get through that low point?
Well, at that point, she decided, she says, I'm going to, she took an avenue. I'm going to study real estate and I'm going to get my real estate license and I'm going to go this avenue. And so she made a commitment to do that. And I turned to writing. I just started writing. I actually wrote a screenplay, and just to keep my, just to be able to put stuff down on paper and have my thoughts, just to be constantly using my brain and not sitting still in that aspect. I mean, I was working 2, 3 jobs at the time also, so that was keeping me busy. And we basically, we'd sit down. We're very honest with each other. My wife would sit there and say, okay, we need to do this. Let's do it. And I was at that point in my emotional life right there, I basically was, yeah, whatever you say, you make the choices and the decisions right now, because I'm, not capable of making logical decisions sometimes when I get emotional. So she did that, and thank God for that. And we just basically grinded through. For 6 months, we just grinded through a lot of work. And then, all of a sudden, she became successful in real estate, and she got on with a new home sales company. And at that point, the finances started to get better, and I was taking the boys back out on auditions. And then I said to her, I said, listen, I've got to start studying some more acting. So I actually signed on with an acting coach, and that was the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, that's when everything turned around. Was a fantastic acting mentor by the name of Joe Police, and I joined his acting studio, and we started working hard. And out of that, things started to pull out of the hole I was in. And from that point on, it was just as each year passed, it was getting better and better. So
a good acting coach will do a lot of emotional work.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like a hybrid. A psychology session, Gestalt therapy a little bit, going to acting class. I was taking acting classes for a long time, and I, even when I stopped acting in pockets of, I would say, I'm going to still go back there because I got to get some stuff worked out.
Exactly.
I would kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. It was a great platform for me to get up there on stage and work scenes with other actors. And that started to give me the passion again. It started to give me the drive and the hunger to, this is why I came out here. And so then I started to focus and get more focused on my family. Right. I'd have conversations at night, laying in bed with my father, in my head. And, what would he do in my situation? And these words would just come into my head, and my father's voice would be attached to it, and he'd say, hey, listen, you didn't come out to California to wallow and feel sorry for yourself. This is what you and I had talked about on many conversations that we've had, on what it takes to make it in the acting industry and to be a successful career for you. He says, so get off your ass, and I just kept hearing that voice kept telling me, this is what you have to do. So, yeah, he was there. He was there in my head.